Hey everyone. Hey there, Kathy. Can you hear me? Turn on your mic.
Yeah.
There you go. Start your computer. Okay. Hey there, Lynn. Thanks for being here. And
Hi,
Debbie, yay.
Hi.
And Nancy, yay.
hey Mark.
Cool. Hi, Jean. Both Jeans. There's two Jeans up. All right. And let me get Mike in here and see who else joins us. All right. He's joining. Let's give it another moment or two, or half a minute. Admit all. All right. Admit. Cheryl. Cool. That's awesome.
Mhm.
All right. Mike's still joining. All right. And let's wait another moment and see who else moseys on in here. How wonderful. Great. Where's everyone from? Where are you? Kathy, you're up in Colorado. And
Yes.
Nancy, where are you from? Wisconsin?
Wisconsin. Yes.
Cool. And Sam, yay, Sam's here. She's from Chicago.
Mark.
And Debbie, where are you
Hey.
from?
Oklahoma City.
Oh my goodness. All right. And Lynn, where are you from?
New Orleans.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we've had a very unusual day here today with the snow.
Yes, you got
Oh,
dumped
I
on.
bet.
We had,
New Orleans
yeah.
did?
What's that?
New Orleans did?
Yes.
9 inches of
9
snow
inches.
today.
Oh
How
Nine
is that
inches.
gosh.
possible?
I don't, and first time since 63, I believe.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. They're shutting down
Yeah,
the Houston airports because of all the snow also.
Oh my
Wow.
God. I wonder if
yeah.
Florida got any snow.
Upper Panhandle did.
I think Jacksonville did.
Oh
Parts of
my
it did.
goodness.
The whole Gulf Coast, Mississippi Gulf Coast, the whole beach is snow.
New, hey, Christina, you hear that? New Orleans got 9 inches of snow.
Wow. And I heard Florida too.
Yeah, up north in Florida. I didn't hear any of this today. I've been so busy with appointments and stuff. But that's amazing. That's totally amazing. Very uncanny. Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Hi, Mark. I bet you they got a lot of car accidents in them states too.
Oh, yeah, they don't know how to drive like the Chicago
Oh.
people and Wisconsin people. That's
Yes.
scary. Or they go out and have fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
Cannot register for this meeting. Oh, I don't know why. Okay, she'll restart. Darn. Um, I don't know what to tell you. I got to write this back. You cannot register for this meeting. Uh, so sorry. Don't know what to tell you.
Did you go into and register for a new one? Because if you hook on an old link, it won't.
I had a hard time getting in.
What did you have to do, Mike?
I don't know because I just pushed a lot of buttons and it finally showed up.
You're like me.
Yeah.
Someone else?
I
All right. Go to the website and try to sign in.
I think I went back and registered a second time.
Okay. All right. All right, there. All right, let's see if she joins us here, or if that helps, or she gets rejected again there. So how you doing, Shelley? Are you there? And
Can you hear me? This is,
yes.
this is Jean.
Yeah, hi, Jean.
Hi,
Yeah.
I can't figure out my video. So
In the bottom left-hand corner, you should have a red line through the audio or video. And it's not through the audio, but it's through the video. Do you see that?
I'm
Or-
working on it. I'm
All
not.
right, no problem.
Okay, thanks.
Hey,
Hello.
hey, Shelley.
Here.
Hi,
Good to
Mark.
see you. Thanks for being here. Where are you from,
Thank
Shelley?
you. I generally live in Brooklyn, but I just
Oh
drove
my
to
God.
Boston. I'm
Oh
in
my goodness.
Boston as well.
Wow.
I'm very tired, so I hope you don't mind
Oh, I
if
don't
I'm
mind at
lying
all.
down.
This is very casual. Very, very casual.
Thank
All
you.
right. For the new people, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. And then what I'll do is ask if there's any questions or comments or things people want to say. And then I start working on one person at a time. And I won't work on emotional stuff here. I leave that for personal appointments. And same thing with the physical stuff as well. But I'll just work with one dynamic in your body that's bugging you, unless you request another person, unless you request a blessing or a healing for someone else. Uh, and I do all that in the blessing and uh, in within myself. I don't say what I call my prayers out loud. Uh, I'm not religious in any way. I see prayer as a means to communicate with the divinity, the godliness, whatever you want to call it. Buddha, Muhammad, Ali, Allah. I mean, not Ali, Allah, or whatever. And I try to keep religion out of it. I want to be for all people if I can. And I have my preferences. Everyone has their own preferences and their belief systems. I'm very Gnostic, not agnostic, but Gnostic. That means I go as deeply as I can to that divinity within myself. And I just keep it like that. Um, and I get into that world through wondering. And I think wondering is the key to open up the worlds of what we refer to as spirituality and in that communion, and which is communing and communication with a source, whatever we call our source. So I also know that uh, through wondering, that leads into uh, our contemplations. We wonder all the time. Everyone here does. There's no one on earth that doesn't wonder about something. And ironically, usually when we're busy, either in the shower or doing the dishes, we have an aha moment. That's because we wondered about something previously. And those answers that we get are an elaboration on something we were curious about that comes to us in that aha moment, or it'll be an answer to something that we wanted to know. So those wonderings, they also lead into, as I was beginning to express, the contemplations about things, which is a elongated wondering. The average person holds a thought maybe, I don't know, 3 to 7 seconds. And then there's the distractions of the world, and sometimes even less than 3 seconds, which is fine too. But there's more that can come to us, and we find that out in our contemplation. We contemplate something in the shower and doing the dishes. We perceive and receive something that uh, we didn't know about, we didn't think about, we didn't know how to think about it. We wondered about it. And it's not a answer of thinking or analyzing or critiquing or judging or predetermining or anything else. It came to us as something we didn't know. And those are the aha moments, as I refer to them. Then, uh, as we purposely can practice wondering, those turn into contemplations. And contemplation is the activity of meditation. So all we need is a simple one-line question about something that pertains to us or our family or friends or the world situation or whatever. And all we need is the one line and just wondering about something. And if we can purposely do that and really from our heart ignite that desire to know something, then the answer will show up. Either inside of us we'll hear something or we'll see something, which will be our answer. I hope that makes sense to everyone here. And, and I wasn't just speaking a lot of gibberish, I hope. All right. I've been doing this for I don't know how long. Oh, who's this from Lynn? Oh, Santos. Thank you. Oh, there you are.
She was commenting on my cat.
Oh, oh, let
I
me
have
turn the
3
message in
here,
then.
so whenever I'm in a video meeting, one of them or 2 will show. So,
Oh, awesome. I love animals and
yeah.
I'm a dog person myself, but I don't have any, but I used to have 2. They were like little kids. And those are my
Yeah.
children. They were at one time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the I've worked with maybe 25 to 35,000 people over the many years, and this is all that I do in my life. And I have appointments with people, private appointments. There's a 20-minute appointment or up to 20 minutes. Some people want less or need less. And then there's the regular session uh, with all the information on the website. But then there's the regular session that's up to an hour. And I work with physiological, biological, neurological. I work with emotional situations. I do my darndest to answer questions about spirituality. I give you exercises that are specific to you to enhance healing or to when you don't experience it right away, or whatever, to help general mental health in some way or another, or to help you to go further in what your so-called spiritual practice is. Just all these things that come to me, I don't pre-plan anything. And most people tell me that something in their life has changed. And I've seen diseases disappear from some people and or many people. And I've seen injuries heal most expediently. I've also worked with people that they still have their disease, but it no longer bothers them, and nor does it affect them in their life for the rest of their life, or until they get it taken care of. I've seen where I've worked with people, and the doctor said when they were scheduled for surgery, and the doctor has said, "Oh my God, I've never seen the skin cooperate like this before." Or I got the answer to your problem for the first time in 5 years or 50 years. All of a sudden that will happen. I never know how the old man or old woman upstairs, does this stuff, or what actions it's going to take. So I'm grateful that you all are here, and I will do everything I can through my understanding within to help you to feel better. Again, I'll work with one uh, thing in your body that's bugging you, whether it be chronic situation or whatever. And, we'll find out results. So, and it might happen immediately, or for many people, it happens immediately. And for others, it might be 5 minutes or 30 minutes later, or even walking down the street 2 weeks or 2 months later saying, "Oh my God, when did this leave me?" So I never know, but I always know that there's change. Something's happening, and that's all that matters to me. So any questions or comments, please, before we start here? Please, any questions about me or what I do or about God or whatever? Anything. Come on, chicken livers. Come on. Anything. Yes, please, Sam.
Just wanted to kind of find out an update on your schedule for Wisconsin.
Okay, yes. They're going to be sending me the flyer,
Okay.
and I'll be announcing it on the website and on the various social medias, and someone else will be posting it for me for different social medias. And then I'm going to be there on the 7th. That's a Friday, I believe,
Mm.
for the Healing Circle. Yes, it is. It's a Friday. And I'm going to be doing the Healing Circle at night.
Mhm.
And then on Saturday, the 1-day workshop.
Hmm.
And that's in Burlington, Wisconsin, right across the border from Illinois. And then on the 9th and 10th and 11th, I'll be seeing people in appointments for up to an hour each appointment.
Okay.
And please do check the website though, markearlix.com. And yes. Oh well, she can't get in. But good question. You know, I will be there in the freezing cold, and where I'm freezing here in Scottsdale, Arizona at 60 degrees. So
I have a
it's
question.
terrible. Please.
And I'm looking for that hand to raise on here, and I'm sorry I can't find it.
I don't know where that is. I never used it.
I can never find it. If
Under
you don't mind me.
reactions on my phone, it's under reactions.
Oh,
Um,
reaction. Okay.
I don't even know
I'm
where
on
that
my
is.
computer. Oh.
on your computer, you want to look for
There's
the little heart down at the bottom.
Oh, the heart
Oh,
the heart
react.
reactions.
oh, look at that.
Got it. Okay, got it.
Oh, wow. I
So
never knew
I
that existed.
have a clap. I still don't have a hand. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm a licensed therapist. I work with a lot of people who have I work with a lot of veterans and a lot
Cool.
of people with trauma. I'm a licensed
I'm a
counselor.
veteran.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for your
I have,
service.
yes, I have a ton of
Thanks.
respect for veterans. You all are tough people, warriors in my book.
Cool.
So I'm wondering, is this a gift that you learned that you had? Did you study? Was it both?
Good questions. Mike and a couple others have heard, and Sam and Christina have heard the story a billion times, and same with Aria. And but I'll give you the very short version.
Okay.
Uh, uh, because of being in the service, I was on the verge of death mentally and physically, and
Uh-huh.
it was just way too much. And when I got back to the States, I wasn't allowed to carry my M16 with me to survive, I thought. So here I am, you know, going through life in a horrible, horrible way. And I met a couple people right before I ended myself. I met a couple people that had me move in with them. And then several months later, uh, they told me they were a part of a Gnostic order, not agnostic, but Gnostic. And so I said, I got to go with you, you know, or else I'm going to die. And went with them. And I got accepted into the order. I went before a council, and they said, okay, you're in basically. And I've been in it since, basically, even though the order is dead now. The uh, uh, everyone had to learn how to uh, find that divinity within themselves, how to tap into it if they chose to. And some of the people didn't, but I chose to and go with it. And I was in the actual order itself for about 9 years. And same with a few thousand others around the world. And when the order died about 30 years ago, that's when I carried it on within myself. And but my first day there, my teacher that was I was assigned to, he told me to go before a Mary shrine and kneel, and someone was going to get me something to eat and show me where I was going to be sleeping afterwards. And so I was kneeling there, And there was a picture of this really beautiful woman with a white veil over her head in front of me, and it was red candle and a nice doily over this table where I was and where I was kneeling. And I put my elbows up on it, and uh, I started picking the petals off the rose, putting in my pocket. I was so bored. I'd never heard of anything religious before in my life. It just wasn't part of my upbringing. And that was very agnostic. But then I started getting tired. I put my head down, and then I found myself. I never had what I call at that time a spiritual experience, and I didn't know what a spiritual experience was. I didn't know what spirituality was, and so I started getting tired. To put my head down, and I was the only one in this chapel area where I was told to go to kneel there. And I found myself looking down at this maze that went on forever, like an old English countryside maze, with high hedges. And in front of me was a earthen road, and it led into an alcove that went into this deep, dark, lush green forest. And to the right, it led into a small monastic type structure made out of stone. And the ramp door on it came down, and a procession of monks came out. There were 40 of them. And as this happened, I watched them, and they all went into, with their hoods on their head, the arms in their sleeves, and their robes down past their feet. They all went into this alcove, and the last one in the third row stepped out, and he came up to me, introduced himself to me, told me his name, and we ended up sitting on what looked like the old Chicago Park benches with green slats of wood, ornate wrought iron, and keep in mind this is a short part of the story, so I'm skimming it. And he started asking me questions about healing. And I never heard of healing before. I thought healing was hypnosis, and that was it. And so, and answers are coming out of me. It was like an awakening for me. And then I was asking him questions, and he was fulfilling the answers to them to help me understand better. And then the procession came back, and someone tapped me on the shoulder physically, and I turned my head around, and it was this funky looking guy in clerics, and he came up to me and he said, "Well, I'm here to get you something to eat and show you we're going to be sleeping, and I'm sorry I'm late." And so I said, "Wow." That's all I could say. It was wow. I didn't know if it was an hallucination or a dream or what. And then we walked outside. It was dark. I had gotten in there at around 12:30 in the afternoon, and it was 5:30 when I looked at my watch. So I was in this place for however long, that state of mind. And it was the next morning. I didn't know if I was going to stay or leave. It was around 6 in the morning. I started walking around the place, and there was a street bum there. And he was about up to here on me. He was tattered clothing, greasy, unshaven, unkept, and balding. And he kept walking real briskly towards me. And I didn't know if the guy was going to hit me, shoot me, knife me, swear at me, do something vile, whatever. And as he approached me, I'm puffing up like I'm going to knock this dude out. And he came right up to me and he said, "Put your hands on my head." And he's looking at me. I said, "What?" And I'm not going to put my hands on your greasy head, I was thinking. And he said, "Put your hands on my head." And I felt compelled to do it. And so my hands are about this high on me, on his head. And uh, for about 5 or 7 seconds, I felt this weird sensation. I didn't know if it was the rising of the sun in the day, or the air pressure in California, or whatever it was. And it lasted for just a few seconds, 5 or 7, and then he's looking at me, and it stopped. And he said, "Take your hands down." And I did. And as he's looking at me, he said, "Thanks for taking my headache away." And he walked away. I never saw him again. That later in the afternoon, uh, I didn't know anyone there. And one of the brothers came up to me and said, "I got a headache." And he's a really tall dude, and he's looking down at me. I got a headache. And I said, "So?" And he says, I got a headache. I said, take some Tylenol. And he said it again, I got a headache. And it came back to me, the memory of that earlier evening in the chapel, what had happened with me, and meeting that being that wasn't there. And then that street bum that, he said, thanks for taking my head away. And he walked away. So I said, can I try something really weird with you? And he said, yeah. And so I reached up on my toes, put my hands on his head, and I felt the same sensations. And it stopped after a few seconds. And I took my hands down, and he said, how in the hell did you do that? I said, why the hell did you ask me to? So ever since then, you know, it's been developing, and sometimes it gets boring. Sometimes and when it gets boring, I say, oh my God, I have to start at the beginning again, remember all this stuff, to get everything I know out of my head. And so uh, that's what I do. That's what I do.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, for me too. So, and once we think that we got something down really well, that's the time to start at the beginning again. At least in my life, in my experience, wipe everything clean, or else we give the edification. We end up giving the edification to ourselves, and versus giving the edification to a source that's really doing it. And that's what I've learned in my life. I don't diagnose, I don't prescribe, I don't tell anyone healed. I let people tell me what the change has been, and if it happens, and how and when and why. Most people tell me that changes happen, and that's all that really matters to me. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, yes, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? I can try to answer questions, please. Are y'all chicken livers? Anything? All right. Well, hey Kavita, how you doing? Thanks for being here.
Sorry, I'm
I-
late. I just
Oh, you're not late.
Yep.
You're not. And so I do see people by appointments. Please do keep that in mind. And I also have workshops all the time, and every month, and online. And I do have workshops out of town. I'm going to start traveling again like I used to. But I'm not going to really delve into it for a few more months. Though I do have the Wisconsin event coming up, which will be really exciting. But February 7th, when it's the coldest, and I don't know how I'm going to handle it, but and I just hope, I pray that I don't get snowed out. So, all right.
I can give a testimony if you'd like.
Oh, please. Yeah, sure. Thanks.
So a couple weeks ago, I asked for a healing of my tailbone area, which was, it was killing me. I couldn't stand, sit, walk. Guy had fallen shoveling snow directly onto my bottom, and
Stay out of snow, I'm telling you.
I love snow, but the cold you can have. So when I was in Circle, I asked him to work on that. He worked on it, and really no change. And right as we were going from person, he was going from person to person, he stopped. He said, "Hold on a second, I have to do something else with Nancy." And he came back, and in the meantime, I got a message from Spirit, and when Mark worked on me again, all of a sudden, it was like boom, boom, boom. It was released, and here I am 2 weeks later, still beautifully healthy, and very happy about that. And he said, it's not just your tailbone, it's further up too. And that was the same message that I got. And I'm like, yeah, you got it right on. It was like I could feel it when he was working on me, and it was like just released. And so very grateful, very happy. And
My honor.
he's magnificent.
My total honor. Yeah, thank you so much. All right. Any other comments or questions, please, before we rock and roll here? Anything? All right. So, uh, Kathy, how are you, my dear friend?
Pretty good, Mark. Thank you. How about,
Ex Well, thank you.
oh, good.
Any one thing you'd like me to work with, hon?
Um, my left kidney has been bothering me for about 3 or 4 months. And I tried working on it myself, but I guess
Sure.
I left off an important part and seeing it. I think it's kidney stone, maybe not, I don't know. But I tried your little miner picking away with the pickaxe,
Oh,
breaking up stones,
I remember that story.
but then I didn't dissolve them. So I think I left off an important part, seeing them dissolve.
Yeah. That
And
story was, go ahead.
go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
go ahead.
That story was from when I first started going public with all this stuff, uh, 30 years ago, I think it was. There was a psychologist woman who came to see me, and she was healed for something, she told me. And then the next day she called me and she says, I got an emergency. My son, who was 40 years old, um, was found in his little bungalow apartment, whatever, and he was unconscious. He was uh, doped out and alcoholed out totally, and being unconscious. And he was rushed to the hospital. And the next day they were going to, or later that day, they said his liver, it was totally shot. It was history. And so she asked me to do prayers for him, and I did later on that night. And the next morning, the doctor was walking the cart up with him on it to surgery on the elevator, and he got the notes or the results of the scans and everything else from that morning, which was the second set. And the doctor was looking at it, he didn't understand. Now he had a liver of a 20-year-old, and but my prayers that night were uh, what was it? I was praying real diligently inside myself for this guy, and please help him, God, whatever. And um, I all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's this vision of a little tiny person inside of his lung with a pickaxe and a hammer, and he was just picking away at all the crud around his liver. And I'm watching this and chunks flying off, and I just burst out laughing. This is what I was seeing in my prayer, and I burst out laughing, and then that happened. With the doctor getting the scans back and X-rays back, and so that's where that came from.
It's a cute image.
It was a cute image. I thought it was hilarious, and they'll show us anything to appease us or make us laugh, I guess. But in any case, hey, sometimes I get woken up in the middle of the wee morning hours, being told jokes, and or someone will be pulling on my toe like it's time to get up,
Nice.
and though no one else is there, so, or they'll touch my eye or something like that, before I have to get up. I love my sleep when I do get it. So, in any case,
So
go ahead. So,
just to remind, my left kidney, left.
left kidney, yes.
Thank you.
I'm dyslexic, so it's good to tell me left or right. And all right. All right, my dear friend.
Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah, and always keep in mind for everyone, you know, if you have an emergent situation, don't be hesitant to go to the doctor. You know, medical science is by God as well. And please understand that. If you break a leg, you know, call me, but go. Yeah, yeah, we'll see if we can bring comfort or something. Or I've seen broken bones heal right there in front of me, and people were just blown away. Not everyone, though. Not everyone. It's all in God, what I refer to as God's providence. And, you know, its will. Thy will be done. Uh, so, all right. Nancy, please.
All right. Do you want to take a shot at the
Yes.
tumor in my small intestine?
Yes.
All right.
I felt the heat of it, and I waited until, in my perception, the heat dissipated, uh, which means it quelled. So let's see what happens and transpires from that, and if it
Okay,
kind
thank
of
you.
dissipates.
I did feel the heat, and then there was like a sort of a stabbing and a little more of the heat. So thank you.
Sure, sure. My pleasure. My total honor. All right, great. Hey, Debbie, how you doing?
Hi, just fine,
Hi.
Mark.
Excellent. Any particular thing I can work with, or
Yes, please. I'm having a bout of like vertigo, but not constant. And it's only when, you know, I'm 5 foot nothing, so I have to look up a lot. But when I bend my head back with my neck like this,
yes.
that's when it hits. And I was on a plane with my husband Saturday night coming back to Oklahoma City. And I had to reach up to press the light because it was night to read a book. And I mean, the whole plane, you know, how you swirl with the motion sickness with vertigo.
Yes.
But, you know, I don't have it like walking. It's only when I bend my neck
I
back.
understand. I understand. Sometimes what happens, not saying this is, because I don't want to make any definite statements or whatever, prophecies or anything like
Mhm.
that. But sometimes what happens, little calcium deposits form at the base of the skull, connecting to the vertebrae and stuff, to my understanding. And I know nothing medically, nothing. I was at one time married to a neurologist, and everything I learned was listening to her give consults over the phone to other doctors and client and patients. And but I only heard one half the conversation. That's how much I know. So
Well, I did check it out when it first started happening. And they just told me you have some fluid on your middle ear. I never knew that.
yeah,
But
that can create
it's
that too.
right. But they said it's not infected. We can't give you anything for it. I try to do a few exercises, but
Yeah.
it just
Now,
hasn't gone away. So luckily, it's only when I usually bend my head back or when I'm
sure,
going to lie down in bed for permanent at night.
sure, I understand, hon. What I sometimes calcium deposits form back there. So this is an exercise that's not going to kill you. And many people try this thing, you know, when they're kids or whatever. What I'm the exercise is to put your head over the back of the bed, at the very corner, and
Okay.
let it keep resting until you get it all the way down comfortably. And then when your head is back like this, one time go like that,
Okay,
and then let it rest and go like
go
that.
left. Okay,
Yes, that if it is the calcium deposit, it dislodges it, to my understanding.
okay,
And so, uh, uh, and what I'd like to do is work on that area as well. You said it's fluid on your spine?
no, it was on my right inner ear, or
Oh, the right
middle
ear.
ear, they
Okay.
called it.
Okay.
But I had another doctor check later, and they said they didn't see anything. So,
Correct. Okay. All right. So let me work with that a little bit, and you may sense something happening and you may not.
okay,
The ones that do need to, the ones that don't need to. There's no right or wrong, good or bad in the mind of that divinity.
right.
All right.
Thank you.
Can you move your head a little bit and tell me if you notice any difference yet? Be candid, please.
Oh, I did hear like, how should I say, cracking?
Popping.
Popping. That's a good word. Yeah. So it doesn't feel tight or anything.
Oh, let's see what happens. Let's see what
Okay.
happens. God bless you. All right.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Enjoy. Let's see what happens. Lynn, yay, Lynn Santos.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I've got an unusual story. I'll try and keep it super short.
Please.
Yeah. I was in one office of mine and started getting dizzy spells and itching and major allergy symptoms. It was a new office, so I thought it was something coming out of the air vents. I since moved to another office, and everything was kind of the same, but to a lesser degree, but still getting a lot of allergy symptoms. Then I thought, okay, maybe it was mold or dust mites coming out of the vents in this old office. And I transported things on my furniture to my new office. So I got rid of a couple of pieces of furniture. I washed, cleaned everything with vinegar, because vinegar kills mold spores. I was last in my office. It's about 90% gone. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if
Okay.
you probably can't help me with that, but or maybe you can, I don't know. But last I was in my office 2 days ago, and I come home, I start itching in the office, my scalp. The next day I wake up, I'm sick with a headache, and I don't know where the source is or what it is. I'm in process of figuring that out.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I've always had chronic allergies.
Okay.
And it comes with a lot of fatigue as well.
Yeah. And also being hypersensitive to
Hypersensitive to
yeah.
everything. Yes.
All right. Let's see if we can help the situation here.
Okay.
And you may not to hypnotize you, make you think something, but you may experience sensation or something like that. All right, let's see if you don't have effect from what's happening. Did you sense something happening there, hon?
A little I don't want to say dizziness, but some sort of altered feeling.
Let's
Can't
see what
really
trans.
put a
Cool.
name on it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you. All right. Jean, yay. All right. Jean Buckburrell, turn on your mic on the bottom left hand. All right. We'll get back to Jean. And Cheryl, please. Oh, there's Jean. Okay.
Okay. I hit the wrong button, of course. Okay, so about 4 years ago, I fell and fractured the top of my humerus.
Which is the
And
humerus? I'm really
the-
ignorant medically.
Oh, that's the big arm bone. The
Oh,
one that
okay.
goes down to the
I know where the arm
elbow
is.
from
No,
yeah, good.
I've learned that much in my life. I got 2 arms, 2
And it
feet.
wasn't very funny either.
I'm sorry.
So, but I've had a lot of restriction in that arm since then.
Okay.
Not
So
not pain, consistent pain, kind of pain, but if I
it's almost
do
like
certain
when it
things-
gets a certain level, it locks.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So what I want you to do, hold your arm out straight and lift it up as high as you can. I'm just curious. Oh, right there. Okay. Put your arm back straight and hold it out in front of you. There you go. Imagine using your imagination. That means to image in action. It's not pretend and it's not fantasy. Imagine that my hand, these 2 fingers are touching the elbow, and very gently push into my 2 fingers. Very gentle, very softly. Push into my 2 fingers, trying to push up. And you're going to hit a resistance and put your arm down now. And now raise up a little bit. Wow. Okay. Is that a little higher?
Yeah, yeah.
Does it hurt or feel restricted?
Well, it feels restricted here, and
Okay. And is it and it went higher without the restriction?
it did go higher, but I can feel the restriction.
Okay.
You
So
know,
I
I'm
want to do
just-
something else then.
Okay.
And just rest your arm in your lap or on the table, whatever you
Okay.
have there. And what we're going to do is go into the memory of that and try to break the memory of it all, the consciousness of the memory, and tell it to kind of take a hike. All right, now lift your arm up and tell me how that is. Does it hurt or feel as restricted?
When I get up this high, there's
Okay,
the-
let's see
like the
what more
constriction.
transpires from that over time.
Okay.
Okay, all right, huh?
Okay, great.
Good. How does that feel to you compared to before? Be
It
candid.
feels good. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see what happens.
I look forward to seeing what happens. Right.
Me too. Me too.
Thank you.
And definitely, tell me what it was like before and what happened since in a really
Okay.
short few lines.
Okay.
Excellent. Cool.
Thank you.
Daryl, my friend, talk to me.
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
My mom passed away at the end of November, and my stepfather has been grieving an awful lot. They were married for 50-something years.
Sure.
And I was wondering if you could, his name is Bob Samo, and he lives in Napa. And I'm hoping you could bring a little comfort to him.
Okay. I would do everything I can. But at the same time, in his grieving, I also recognize inside of myself that he has no more purpose. He's losing that purpose of life. So very much reliant in life upon his ex, or excuse me, his departed wife. So a big part of him, as always, naturally. So I'm going to ask a blessing upon him.
Thank you.
He's also going to be, in my understanding, um, uh, it's almost like getting a message from his wife.
Thank you,
If that
Mark.
makes,
Thank you very much.
yeah, please keep me updated. Anything about you that you would like me to work with on?
Oh, who, me? Yeah, my hand. I don't know if it's doing an arthritis thing, but it's right at the base of my thumb.
You got it. Put your hand around it. You know, how do you, it's like going like that, real gently, barely touching it, just put your hand. And I'm going to imagine putting my hands over your hand and tell me what happens. Do you feel a sensation happening, hon?
Yeah, I could feel movement inside the tissue at the base of my thumb.
Cool.
Yes.
Let's see what transpires from this.
Thank you very much.
If it doesn't bring some ease to you. How wonderful. Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mike. Hey, my friend.
Hello, Mark.
Hi.
Can I just get a blessing?
Yeah, my pleasure, my honor. You rock. You rock.
Thank you.
Yeah, and everyone, please keep in mind, sometimes when we feel a sadness inside or a feeling of deep, deep aloneness, maybe we're experiencing not the aloneness or the sadness. Maybe we're experiencing, especially when it comes out of nowhere, maybe we're experiencing being touched by the love of God, of that divinity. Just wanted to share that with y'all and some people here. Cool. Cool. Sam, hey.
Hey, Mark. Um,
Hi.
can I just do the same thing as last time? Remember the floaties in my left eye?
Yes, how has that been? Any change or same or worse or what?
It feels the same, not better or worse.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's work with the floaties. I like the floaties. You got it, my friend.
Thank you so much.
You got it. Blessings to you. Thank you. Hey, Kavita. Hey.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Um,
Anything in particular, my friend?
yeah, my eyes also. I have both eyes. I was just diagnosed 2 months ago with blepharitis. It's like inflammation. And the left
Okay.
I have clogged oil glands. I also have floaters in the right eye from a vitreous
Yeah.
detachment and developing cataracts. So
All righty.
a lot
And
going on.
now, did I tell you last week, were you the one to use a hot rag?
Yeah, my doctor has told me to use that.
Oh, cool.
Yes, so I've been using a hot rag, but the left eye is very sensitive. I don't know what it
Yes.
is. It's like, you know, when you have a cavity and they take, or a cap and they put it on and your tooth is very sensitive. That's what the left eye feels like. I'm not sure where
Okay.
that's from.
All right, let's see if we can help that somewhat. Let's see if this doesn't help.
Okay.
Yeah. And please do keep me updated.
I will. I will.
All right, good, good.
You do private sessions, right? I'd like to
Yes,
session with you. Okay.
yes.
Right.
All right, wonderful. And just go to the website and,
Mhm.
you know, it'll explain a little bit there
Okay.
about the session and stuff. All right, good. All righty. Uh, I'll get you last, Christina. All right. Jean, Helen, please, anything in particular? Turn on your mic. I can't hear you. You have to turn on your mic, hon. It's in the bottom left-hand corner. And
Okay, I did that. I
okay,
hit the
good.
speaker thing.
Sure.
My laryngitis is still there, but it's getting better, but I want it gone.
Okay. All right. One thing that might help, I understand that if you take a half a lemon and squeezes it into a glass of water and drink it, or excuse me, squeeze a lemon into a glass, fill it up with either cool or warm water or hot water, whatever you do. I would use cool or warm, and then drink it down. It's going to taste real tart. And then fill up another glass of water and drink it down. It's going to taste real sweet. Then you do this exercise when before you go to bed. And what happens is that the lemon being the strongest acidic fruit, it collects the toxins from your nose and your glands and brings it into your colon area as you're laying prone in going to sleep. Does that make sense so far, hon?
Yes.
Then, if you do it during the day, it's just going to redistribute with food all the toxicity in your body. But this will help, in my understanding, to eliminate some of the stuff that's recreating the healing laryngitis.
Yeah.
This will help with the toxicity and stuff like that in the body. So that's an exercise. And in the morning, you just flush yourself out, or during the night or whatever. But drink another glass of water in the morning and just totally flush yourself out. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yes,
Let me
yes, yes.
let me work with the throat a little bit.
Thanks.
My perception is that you'll notice change tomorrow, and after tomorrow, then you'll notice most of it gone, if that comes to fruition.
Great. Thanks.
Awesome.
Can I tell
Excellent.
you a cute lemon story?
Real brief.
The day before I was here last week, but that day I had gone to the store and bought like an entire bag of lemons.
Awesome.
I just thought it was cute. Anyway,
It is cute. That's good. You're preparing for what's to
Yeah,
happen. See,
right.
actually, uh, the future already exists. What we're
Yes,
doing is trying to catch up with it. And, that's just the way it is in reality, in my, understanding and world. So
yes. Thank you.
cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Um, Elizabeth, anything in particular you'd like me to work with? Don't forget to turn your mic on. There you
Hey,
go.
yeah, no.
Hi.
Hey, hi. I'm actually feeling pretty good, so I was recovering from a cold, and since I've been here, I feel really good. So
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. All
so
right.
just being here
All right.
did it.
Can I ask a blessing on you?
Yes, please.
So be it.
Thank you. Also, thank you for your story about healing. It really, really helped me integrate some of my own experiences with being asked
Awesome.
to heal out of the blue. So it's nice to not be alone. Thanks.
Oh, you're never alone. Never alone. Cool. All right. Let me get working with Shelly. Are you there? Can you hear me? Turn on your mic if you can. All right. And if she can't, if she's busy, then we'll just go to Aria, my friend. Anything in particular? Are you there, Aria? There
Hey,
you,
Mark.
there you are.
Yes, I am. Um, and thanks to Liz for giving me the link to get in here.
Cool.
Uh, my left foot, from the ball of the foot towards the toes
Uh-huh.
is super painful.
Okay. Can you feel
Thank
the
you.
pain now?
No, I have my foot up. It happens when I walk.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see
Okay,
something here. Your left, my right. I got to remember this.
right on. Yeah.
Can you feel the electrical sensation?
Yes, I can. It's super, super cool, super weird, especially in my big toe.
Any way you can step on your foot and see if it's any different, about the same or worse or better?
Um,
About the same?
Still sharp. Um, it's it's what it is like a callus that's like off the charts. It's like a
All right. Is it coming from the heel,
no. I mean,
the ball of the foot?
it's the ball of the foot. Yeah.
Okay.
I
One
mean, if
last
you
thing
think
here.
it's the heel, that'd be great. No, it's the center of the ball of the foot, and then now the toes are involved. And I did feel some wonderful healing in the toes. And thank you. Yeah, the toes feel better.
Now, my perception was that part or all in the ball of the foot, it's almost like it's dissipating around the periphery and through the center of where the discomfort was. That was my perception. So
Okay.
let's see what happens from this. And it might be right away, or it might be, you know, in a few minutes or the next day. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you very
Sure.
much.
Oh, thank you, Ari. I appreciate it. All right. Um, uh, who's area code 602? That's Phoenix area code.
Actually, Mark, it's me. It's Randy in
Oh,
Chicago.
hey, Randy. Good to
Hey,
hear
Mark.
from you. Oh my God, it's been years.
It hasn't been years, but it's been a little while. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Anything you would like me to work with?
Yeah, sure. I have a tremendous amount of pressure in my skull, and both sides of my neck and the sides of my face where there is still swelling, and I connect that to this daily dizziness that I have.
Okay, I'm going to work with the skull. I know you can't, but if you were able to, did you sense like a pressure being released out of your skull, top of your skull?
Yeah. It's almost on the sides of my skull. I'm
Okay.
still feeling the tremendous pressure on the sides of my neck.
Okay.
I see them as one. It's
All
almost
right.
like it rises up from the neck.
All right. I'll do one more thing here and working with your neck. But did you sense something happening out of your skull?
Yes, the sides of my skull.
Okay, good. Did you sense any relief at all? Be candid with me, please.
Yes, it still feels like it's mostly there, but I can tell you that I did sense some relief. Absolutely.
Okay, let's see what this develops into. Because it's never the end of the story. Please understand that.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you. And after these 20 years of not seeing you, and all right.
Yeah, I hope you come back to Illinois.
I'll be going to Wisconsin, but that's it for right now.
I know. Yeah,
In the
well,
summer,
maybe.
I may do a workshop. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Shelley, please.
I I've been having anxiety and I would say it's in my jaw too, but
You're feeling the effects of the anxiety in your jaw?
yeah, in my stomach and my jaw. So whichever feels like the right place to work.
All right. But you got to get rid of the anxiety. And if you ever want to, let me know, set up an appointment. But
Okay.
I won't do
Thank
that emotional stuff in public with anyone. I don't want to spew people's stuff in front of anyone. So,
Right on.
but let me work. You said I'd rather work with your stomach if that's bothering you as well.
Okay.
Okay, good. All right, do me a favor. Take in slow motion, very slow motion, take a breath in through your nose all the way down into the lowest part of your belly. And in slow motion, let it come out of your mouth. And do one more breath like that. Slow motion. And it'll go even further, that breath. It'll go further into, lower into your belly. Can you feel the breath go in? It's written in the great book that God breathed through the nostrils of man and woman, gave him life. Well, if that's true, that God breathed through the nostrils of man and woman, gave him life, then that means we're breathing in the breath of God. And we're breathing in life. And so what you're doing, you're finding yourself breathing deeper, but tell me, do you feel discomfort in your belly?
Yes, I do, but it's lighter. It's definitely lighter.
And it'll keep getting lighter too as you develop that practice. You don't want to get into the mind. I would think you wouldn't want to get into the mind of low-grade illness creates greater distress. And so you want to get out of that mind of low-grade illness from the nerves, from the anxieties, worries, fears, etc. So this will take you out of that, because while you were doing this, you had no thought of anxiety. I guarantee that. Does that make
That's
sense?
right. Yes. Thank you.
Cool. Practice this when you can. You can't breathe like this all the time. It's not possible. But practice this as you can, and it'll have greater and greater effect. Capiche?
Yes. See, oui. Thank you.
That means I love
Gracias.
Starbucks in German.
Grazie.
All right, my dear. Let's see. And the 602 is who? 602 Phoenix area code?
That was me, Mark, Randy.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Short-term
That's
memory
okay.
here.
That's okay.
All right. And Christina, my dear friend, anything in particular?
Hi, Mark. Yes.
Hi.
How are you?
Well, thank you.
Good. Lower back and hips are really tight and bothering me.
Why?
Oh, probably just sitting and working too long, but
Do you get up and exercise or move around or jump and play in the snow? And
no, way too cold today. Well, thankfully no snow, but
all right.
trying to stay warm.
All righty. All right. I'm going to work with the lower back area there.
Thank you.
Yeah, the muscles are stiff in there. So my perception.
Yep. And I do stretch, but sometimes they get so tight, then it's hard to break through it.
I understand. Can you move around and tell me if you notice any difference or relief or anything in there? And be candid, please.
I did feel a lot of heat. I feel a little bit less tight.
Good. Let this set the pattern. Hopefully it will release. That's my prayer, that it'll release and get a little bit looser, a little bit looser. But you got to do stuff to regenerate as well. That's your job.
Yeah.
All right. All right, hon. Yeah, thank you. Shelley, is there anything, can you hear me, Shelley? Anything you'd like me to work with?
Me? Oh, you worked with
Yes.
my breath
Oh,
and my
okay. I
gut.
gotcha. I got it.
Thank
Got it,
you
got it,
so
got it.
much. Thank you.
All right. Anyone, please, keep me updated. If you can email me and just a short thing of what might have changed, I would really appreciate that. And don't be disappointed if something doesn't happen right away. Maybe we need to catch up with it of what the potential future is. So, and please, if anyone's interested in appointments, let me know. Other than that, any questions or comments before we say our adieus? And hoping that you'll be seeing me again next week, which I would love.
I have
Any
a question. Yeah, I think
Please, Lynn.
this situation that I'm dealing with in my office, are you able to help me with that further to figure out
Possibly,
what in the world is
possibly.
going on? Okay.
Yeah. I'm not going
Okay.
to be prophet or psychic or anything. I
Right.
let things come to
Right.
me and I'll express. But,
Okay.
and I express in conversation, I don't come off as the authority. But
Yeah.
um, everyone is so unique. We can't possibly predetermine something because the whole body's dynamics and life are unique to each person. So I can't
Mhm.
predetermine if a healing is going to happen. Otherwise, I'm playing, God.
Mhm.
And but it does, a change happens. I know that.
Mhm.
I do know that. And to what
Okay.
degree and how and why and where and
Mhm.
anything, you know,
Good.
it's
I'm all up for a change, a
yes.
positive change in the right
I
direction.
hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen some just thousands of what people refer to as miracles, but
Mhm.
there are no miracles. We're the miracle, and
Mhm.
something in that uh, is transposed into a change.
Mhm.
If that almost makes sense. All right. Thank you all
Question,
so much. Yes,
Mark.
please.
You may have answered this already, but I'm sorry I joined late. When
That's
you
fine.
work on somebody and they have a specific issue, if we also have that issue, do we get helped on these?
Yes.
We do. Okay.
Yes, definitely. I've had many of people, even walking into the physical healing circles, as soon as they hit the doorway or while they're in the parking lot, they immediately get changed right there, healed to some degree. I've had people that are just observing. That's all they came to do, and there's something in them that feels better or changed. And so I've had a lot of people in the circles say, "Oh my God, I had that too, like they had that, and I feel better." And great,
That's
you know.
right. Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
schedule an appointment with you.
Okay.
Great.
All right. And please do. So, all right, my dear friends. Anything else before we say goodbye
Mark,
until
May I
next
ask
week?
sorry.
All right. Go ahead, Christina.
is the donation button on your website?
Oh, thanks for reminding me. Also, if anyone feels they like to give from the heart, it keeps us going. And I do know also that as you do give, that the divinity loves to share with you uh, very abundantly in life. And on the website is a gifting tab. And it can be, I think the webmaster put it up for a one time or a continual, whatever your dithers are, whatever your choice. So please do participate in that. Uh, thanks, Christina.
Well,
Um, who else had a question, comment?
Nancy, I did.
Oh, hi,
Um,
Nance.
hi, sorry. I want to ask a favor and feel free to decline. Today is my mother's 93rd birthday. Would you send a blessing?
I would be more than happy.
Thank you. It's Allie's grandma too.
All right. She was recently injured on her side.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah.
You got it.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Blessings to you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you so, so much.
Thank
you,
you very
Mark.
much.
Bye,
Good
Christine.
night, everyone.
Bye,
Night.
everyone.
Night.
Good night.
Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you.